Hi, David.
Hi, Nadira.
Can you help us understand what is enterprise risk management?
The term enterprise risk management is used in two different ways, and one of them is perhaps not accurate, and one of them is the way that we should understand and use it. So some people think that enterprise risk management is the management of the risks of the enterprise, of doing the thing that the enterprise exists for. We're thinking about, let's say, a development aid organization. And the purpose of the enterprise is to deliver development aid into areas of deprivation or areas of disaster or refugees and so on. And so enterprise risk management is managing the purpose of the enterprise. Or we might think about a financial services company, and the purpose of the enterprise is to develop and deliver financial services, and enterprise risk management is managing the risks to the enterprise as a whole. That's strategic risk management. That's corporate risk management. That's a different kind of risk management because it's only concerned with the overall objectives of the whole enterprise. The other view, which I think is more accurate, is it's not managing the risk of the enterprise, it's managing the risks in the enterprise. So across the whole enterprise as an organization, we're looking to manage the risks in a consistent and coherent way. So we're saying that if we take an enterprise as a whole, we're not just looking at the top level and saying, the reason we exist, we're going to manage the risks for that. We're saying we're going to manage the risks as a whole. So yes, we're going to manage strategic risks, but we're also going to manage functional and departmental risks and portfolio and program risks and project and operational risks. And we're going to do that in a consistent and coherent way. So enterprise risk management is a senior risk management function. It exists near the top of the organization, maybe reporting to the board or the chairman or the chief executive or somebody senior. With some organizations have a chief risk officer who runs the enterprise risk management function. But their responsibility is to make sure that everybody in the organization, from the lowest level, from the security guard on the gate and the people who sweep the floors, the ladies who make the coffee, everything that is done right the way through to the senior managers, that they all have a shared understanding of risk. They all have shared risk language. They have common procedures for managing risk. They have the ability to integrate those procedures with others with whom they interface. And that risks are identified and described consistently and then escalated and delegated passed up and down the organization until they reach the right level to be managed. So enterprise risk management is not just about managing the top level, it's managing risk across the whole piece and making sure that everybody shares the same understanding and approach of risk. And then the particular focus of enterprise risk management should then be on the interfaces between the levels to help people to pass risks up and down and to make sure that all of those things are done in a consistent way so that when risk is reported to any level, but particularly the top of the enterprise, that it's an accurate reflection of the risk exposure throughout the rest of the organization. So if we did the first idea of enterprise risk management, which is it's just the risk of the enterprise, that's slicing off the top level and saying it's just about that. What it should be is it's the risks within the enterprise and saying it gives us a consistent and coherent, aligned way of setting it up and understanding it so that at the highest level we have a true understanding of what risk is happening and how it's being managed within the whole organization.
Now, David, how enterprise risk management is different from traditional risk management approach?
Well, it's much broader. Very often with traditional risk management, we take an area, say projects or finance or health and safety, and then risk management is implemented within that area. It has its own language, has its own procedures, its own reports, and it's done by specialists in safety risk management or financial risk management or project risk management or operational risk management or strategic risk management. And so each of these are existing in little separate blocks.
In isolation from
exactly.
the functions.
And enterprise risk management brings it all together and says each of these areas is important. They do have their own specialist application, but we exist all in the same family, all in the same organization. And so we need to have a way of sharing risk information and combining it together so that we have an understanding as an organization as a whole what risks we're exposed to and how we can manage them. So it's bringing consistency between these different areas of separate risk management. So you will get safety risk specialists and financial risk specialists, but just like we talked about integrating risk management into different disciplines, enterprise risk management is integrating the different risk management disciplines together and saying we are all part of the same organisation and contributing to a management of the risk of the enterprise as a whole.
Thank you, David, for being with us today.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.